I'm back.
You left me in the worst way, heart torn, even blood stains all over the tablecloth, and I can never scrub them off. But I won't let you haunt me. All the scars on my body, they won't keep me. 'Cause sometimes so cold, and I thought I'd never make it. I could feel my pulses fading.
It's been a long time since I've been doing any of these YouTube videos. I've been slammed, doing a bunch of different work. A lot's changed since the last time I was on here, but I want to start off with the first, I guess, two big bits of news. The first bit of news is I'm moving to Jackson Hole, Wyoming for a month. It's ridiculous. It's been a whirlwind. Yeah, I can't even really think straight right now because it's just been such a mind-blowing couple of weeks here leading up to it. I'm going to be living there, working there for the company that I'm at right now. It's a whole nother story. And also I have another big bit of news. For this trip, I just got the new GoPro Hero 8. And we're going to be doing an unboxing here today. And while we do that, I'm going to talk about what's going to be coming in the next month. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right into this here. I've got the camera set up so you can see just what's going on the table, so you're not really going to be able to see my face, but that's not what's important anyways. You want to see the camera. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I went ahead and got one of the GoPro's starter packs where they send you a bunch of different gear and you get a discounted GoPro camera with it. They sent me a nice little 32 gigabyte SanDisk here. That's not bad. Probably going to need to upgrade that. Packaging is not terrible. This is pretty nice. So this is the shorty mount that comes with the GoPro. I'm really interested to see if this is going to be long enough for all the different types of vlogging and panning and that type of work that we're going to be doing out on the slopes. This thing looks pretty sweet off the bat. So now before I open up any of this stuff individually here, I'm just going to go ahead and place it to the side. Checking out the different things that they sent me. They sent these head strap mount for the GoPro, which at this point I really don't understand why they continue to force this down people's throats. I don't understand why they keep doing this. It's not great. It's really not great. I don't see a use for it anymore, especially not now when you have all these stick mounts that can go directly on helmets and on different points. I just don't think the head strap mount is going to be very stable, going to be very useful. It's a pain to put on. Just not a huge fan of this GoPro, and I don't understand really why they keep doing this. It just doesn't seem as effective as some of their other mounts that they offer. And lastly, we've got another battery here. Their GoPros are notorious for just burning through these little batteries. The battery life has gotten better over the course of the past couple iterations, but you're going to want to get a few of these, especially if you're going to be out shooting for long periods of time outdoors in the cold, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I'll probably even end up ordering a couple more of these before my trip, but it's good to get this right off the bat in this starter pack with GoPro. But here is the main reason that we're here. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been a GoPro user for a number of years. I had the GoPro 1 back in 2010, but it's been about 3 or 4 iterations since I've had a GoPro. I think my last one before was the GoPro Hero 4 Black, which at the time was a very incredible camera, but has absolutely nothing on this. They've come a long way, and I'm really, really excited to get this open and see. So let's just toss this out of the way. Don't need the box anymore. I'm going to start to break into this slowly here, and I'll probably cut and show you some slow-mo, close-up shots of the camera once I get this open. But let's go ahead and take off this plastic mounting and look inside. Ooh, it looks good. Hyper Smooth 2.0. They definitely did not have that feature on the last GoPro that I used. I heard it was pretty incredible for the Hero 7. First step here, how to get this plastic container open. I don't really feel like breaking apart this box. It looks like there's a tab here where you can kind of slide it all out. I'm going to go ahead and start to pull. There we go. It's a pretty solid container. And this here is the camera. Initial reactions, it's incredibly compact compared to the old cameras that I had before. I wish I could show you a side-by-side with this and the old Hero 4, but to me this is just light years better. I love the easy form function, the fact that you don't need a case anymore in order to connect to things. Having a touch screen and a screen on the back just in general to show you what you're shooting is a massive improvement. Love this so far. Wow, just thumbs up to GoPro for this massive step forwards. We haven't even seen what the footage is like, but I'm really liking everything that I've seen so far. Looks like we've got stuff in the back here. GoPro Plus, different instructions, and then obviously this thick packet that everyone just kind of tosses aside. So let's talk about some of the specs on this camera. Obviously everyone has heard about Hyper Smooth. I've not gotten to try that yet, but I'm really excited about giving that a shot. It's apparently some of the most complex, I don't know if complex is the right word, one of the most powerful and effective in-camera stabilizations on the action marketplace and in the action market game in general. Really excited to see how that works out, especially since I'm going to be doing a lot of different snowboarding footage. But that's not the only reason that I got this camera. I really want to see if I can push the limits of how capable it is to create cinematic video as well as just POV action cam content. And from everything I've looked at online, everything I've read about, it seems like it does have the capabilities to do it in the right hands. So we're going to see if that's going to be something that we can coax out of this camera. So let's see what else we've got in here. There's all these different individual boxes. It looks like it comes with a stick mount, which I was talking about before is a far preferable way of attaching to the helmet. In my opinion, you don't have to have the clunky, over the top. I don't like it. Everyone has their own opinion. You might disagree with me, but I really think this is just a far easier way of mounting it to your helmets and going from there. We'll give it a shot and I'll report back to you guys. Let's see what else we've got in here. And the battery. Okay, so that seems to be everything that's in the box here. 2 batteries, a couple mounts, cord, and I opted and got the SanDisk Extreme with the card reader as well, so that's how we're going to be able to upload our footage. Overall, a really nice compact package. I'm really excited with how this camera looks. The next thing is going to be testing out the footage. I have really high hopes for this camera, and I hope that it meets those standards. Another thing that I purchased and that I would recommend to absolutely anybody who's using these cameras, really in any way, shape, or form, but especially if you want to get cinema grade quality content, is filters. So for this camera specifically, you're able to adjust the aperture and the ISO. And there are definitely some best settings that I will put in the screen right above my finger here for you to check out. But in order to optimize the camera to work in every lighting situation with those settings, you're going to want a good set of filters, neutral density filters. And Polar Pro makes the best set on the market. I just ordered these as well so I could get it all set up in one fell swoop. I'm going to open this box as well while I'm here. I've already opened it before, but I have not taken a look at the filters until I got my GoPro. I wanted to be able to check them all out at the same time. It comes with this really handy, cool case. And we've got our filters in here. So there's this connecting mount that sits over the GoPro, and then you've got these 3 different filters here. You got ND8, ND16, and ND32. And we're going to be able to use those for different lighting situations so that we're able to keep the camera in the best possible settings so that we can get the highest quality content. What's up, guys? Now I am here on the GoPro. I went ahead and switched over to a vlogging setup. I was gonna get outside and try and do some cinematic shots for this video, but the weather is really crappy, so I figured I'd throw it on this great shorty stick that GoPro provides, and I wanted to see if I could get the settings set up perfectly for vlogging, and I went ahead and I made a few of my presets. Right now I'm running 4K 30 and I'm running the linear lens. That's gonna get rid of some of the aliasing you see around the edges, the common GoPro fisheye effect that just never looks all that great, especially when you're doing POV or cinematic stuff. So I'm gonna be running these settings for both my vlogging and my actual cinematic shots. For the Pro Tune settings, I'm running a high bitrate, flat color profile, and a 1/60 shutter speed, and I'm doing that to account for the 30 frames per second. The high bitrate is so you get the most data and the flat color profile is that you're able to bring in all those colors back in post. Now, if you don't want to be spending all your time in post color correcting, you can go ahead and use GoPro's built-in color profile. It puts out a great picture, and keep the bitrate high so that you're still able to go ahead and bring in some of that color correction on your own in post, even if you're not going to go ahead and do the flat profile and do all of the color correction yourself. So while I'm here on the GoPro right now for this vlog, I figured I would go ahead and talk about the main thing that I wanted to discuss in this video, and that is I'm going to Jackson Hole for a month, which is pretty incredible, especially because this is something that I've been trying to plan, something that I've been trying to bring together for a couple of years now. I've been working from home, working remotely for 2 years, and during that time, I have been trying to plan a trip like this. You know, something longer than just my week, 2-week trips that I do all of the time, where you're just kind of flying in and out and on the run the entire time you're there. Spending a month there gives you really the time to settle in, get a schedule, and especially in a place like Jackson Hole where I can ski, I can explore the town, it's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait to spend a month out there. And that's one of the big reasons why I got this GoPro Hero 8 setup. This is light, this is run and gun, it's a little bit more discreet, it's gonna be perfect for taking up on the slopes, vlogging throughout town. It's just a much simpler setup than my dinosaur of a 5D that I'll now thankfully only be using for photography. For a while, as I started to get into YouTube, that was the only camera that I had, so I would use the 5D for pretty much all of my filming, and it's just a bad vlog camera. Fantastic photography camera, but it's heavy, it doesn't have an autofocus feature, and it just is really, really difficult to make good content, at least vlog format content, with that camera. So I will still be taking a ton of photos with the 5D and putting that out on my Instagram while I'm there, but this new GoPro setup is hopefully gonna help me put out some of the really high quality YouTube content that I've been working for. A few other bits of news, I went ahead and got myself, I'm gonna turn the camera around here so you can see, the Mavic Pro 2. And I've got this case here that comes with the Fly More kit. The Fly More kit gives you a couple of extra props, a couple of extra batteries. I went ahead and got the smart controller as well so that you're able to see exactly what you're shooting while you're flying. And if you go over here, this is gonna be the bag that I'm bringing. I'm not planning on checking a bag. I'm filling this Patagonia duffel. This is the bag that I take everywhere when I travel. It's incredible. It's filled with clothes right now because I just, if you see the bathing suit, just got back from Miami this week. But this is all I'm gonna be taking. I was fortunate enough to have my parents be driving all of my ski equipment across the country with them and our dog, because they're gonna be out there for 2 months as well. I'm just gonna be crashing at their pad, working remotely from there, and skiing absolutely every second of every day that I can, and putting out great content. And that's really what I want to try and focus on while I'm out there. You know, building a library of consistent content, starting to really work on this channel and this page, and just refocusing. I mean, for the past 2 years, I've just been kind of caught up in, you know, all of the elements that go along with life in DC and Georgetown specifically, and I've really just been doing a lot of my contract and client work, and I haven't had a ton of time to do some of my own personal stuff. That really is what got me to where I am in the first place. It's kind of a catch-22. So during this time, I'm just really gonna focus on putting out my own stuff. I'm gonna put out some really high quality stuff. Follow my channel. I'm gonna try and do it weekly. There's gonna be all different types of things, from vlogs to just cinematic videos, tons of aerials. Yeah, and I'm just excited to finally get out of the city for a little while. Washington, DC and Georgetown are awesome places to live. I'm gonna be putting out videos talking about what it's like to live here. And when I get back from Jackson Hole, especially over the summer, I'm gonna be doing tons of motorcycle content, tons of content around living in a big eastern city in the United States. But for now, I really cannot wait to slow things down, spend some time out in the mountains, really collect my thoughts, spend some time skiing, snowboarding, just focusing on my own content, my video content, getting out of what is a pretty awesome apartment, but very small here in downtown Georgetown, and just really having some more space to do all of the things that I love to do on a daily basis. So that is where I'm at right now. That's where I'm gonna end this video. Let me know what you think of the GoPro as a vlogging camera. If you have different presets, different settings that you guys are running, or any suggestions that you might have for setting up this camera for different cinematic stuff, especially while skiing, snowboarding in the mountains, would love to hear from you. I'm gonna be messing around with this even more, and I will be sharing all of the content that I create and the settings that I use to create it. But in the meantime, subscribe to this channel. I'd love to have you guys. We got really, really cool things coming. It's gonna be awesome out west. Yeah, I'll see you in Jackson Hole.
They won't keep me far from love, and you will see me fall